They can't stop the day we dissect the news. Flipping on the edge, choices to choose. Politics and laughter, a blend that's so real. Tuning for the stories that make you feel. With guests from every angle, let's bridge the divide. Finding the truth in the humor we can't hide. The Prime Directive, where the laughter's alive. Society's reflections, let's help each other thrive. Politics and culture, oh what a blend. Join on the journey, let's set the trend.
Powerful than verbal.
Oh, of course. What is it?
Communication is
memory serves 60%, 70%.
It was 80.
Well, and
20,
if they're
but,
contradictory, if the verbal and nonverbal are contradictory, the nonverbal is believed over the verbal.
every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, when you're going, just relax.
Whoa.
Just relax.
Or I love the example if you say, honey, how was your day? And somebody says, great, as they throw their keys down on the counter. Great. You're going to believe it wasn't so great.
I've never done that before.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can just say entertaining.
And so how about for you, Admar? Was it one of the episodes with our interviewing people?
Yeah, actually, both of those. I will have to, not to be a copycat, but copycat away. But it was definitely the episode with Elena, because I felt like there were just so many overlaps in our personal lives.
Yeah.
And she is genuinely just an incredible person.
Yes.
And of course Janice, just because she was also another professor of mine, and to have the opportunity to actually see her and speak with her yet again was just wonderful.
So if you out in the interwebs have any hints or any suggestions for people that you'd like us to interview that we can get, either whether it's online through a computer or whether it's actually physically coming in here.
If it's David Packman, Kyle Kalinske, Anna Kasparian.
And you can help us get them here.
Yeah, and by the way, therein lies the objective,
Sam
the
Harris?
idea. Sam Harris, Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Right.
all
people.
Scott Galloway, the list goes on.
Get in here, Scott.
Come on. Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
Take a break from that $100 million vacation.
Yes.
And get in here.
Come
Come
with
to
us.
Colorado
Nobody's-
Springs.
Come to the suburbs of Colorado
To a
Springs.
converted drum studio.
But no, it's so interesting to me because I will say one thing. If there is a motivation for anybody who's probably getting mixed messages about, do they want me to like and subscribe or not? What's going on here? But I think if there is a motivation for us to do that is for the ability to have those conversations with those individuals. And we do live in a day and age where this is an important part of how those paths are forged.
That's right. Once we get to 1,000,
and when we get to 1,000 subscribers, then you get at a certain level of the platform. Yeah. In this case, we're on YouTube. Among a few. But then
YouTube is the center of the communication universe. Right now.
So then you can have those conversations, or you have the opportunity. Right. Again, it's not.
When we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll do live podcasting. We'll go up.
We will.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh okay. Sorry.
Oh, we'll do.
I'm just confused.
There'll be a lot of. There's a lot of things that you add to the tiers that you can do with people coming in, asking questions, leaving comments. There are so. Being facetious.
Well, I don't know how to do it.
She just farted in my suit.
Metaphorically. We talked about doing that, but it'll be interesting technologically how to do it.
We'll figure it out.
Well, and see, that's again the thing. It's like you sometimes have to develop the tools, learn how to use the tools. Yeah. But I do want to just mention, we should probably do how fun would it be to do a live one? Yeah. Do a live podcast for our 100th subscriber.
We are.
Yes. So here's the challenge for everybody out there. If you are able to just, it doesn't cost you anything. We would prefer you to, ring the bell, so that way you can click on the bell icon
Yes.
The
to
bells
get
that you
you.
know.
The notification.
Oh,
It's just they can
you know
get-
what?
they can
No,
get a
I'll take
little-
that back.
the-
You don't need
the-
notifications.
the bells
You
are
know where to
kinda-
find us.
Yeah.
You already know where to find us. We're that important,
Subscribing's
clearly.
good enough. That's
So
good
yeah,
enough.
that's good enough. It's
And
fine.
if they really care, they can do.
But
like
if they
Nick
click
did
for
and give us a
notifications, they'd know when
subscription.
we release shorts and stuff.
Yeah, and if somebody really wants to support us, great. There's a
prefer
Patreon
payments.
page. You know,
That's right.
once we do hit a certain
You'll get our
Patreon level,
pants.
I think it's important for us to decide like which charity we might want to give
Money to.
that
Which,
money
by the way,
to.
in the beginning, you were talking about the. Is it the National Puppy Mill Rescue or
It's
was
the
it-
National Mill Dog Rescue.
Mill Dog Rescue?
Yeah.
Thank you. Just a big shout out to all of there were multiple. I don't know if you saw this, but there were multiple instances where many shelters were completely
Yep.
emptied.
Oh, that's awesome.
So many
Yep.
adaptations occurred.
You see, goodness
and
is
it's
in
just
the world.
wonderful, and
Isn't that
it's
amazing?
wonderful to see
Goodness is in the world.
people out there
Yeah.
giving a wonderful home
That's right.
to
Pet-
to a wide variety of pets out there.
Pets are a prime directive.
Yeah, pets
When-
really are.
When you
And you
take
know
care
what's-
of a pet, it just changes your heart, and it just you become
Gives you a sense of purpose.
you become kind of like a parent, kind of. It's kind of like being a parent.
It is.
but,
in a lot of ways, it is.
But you take care of these little creatures, and they just give back so unconditionally. I mean, these creatures are just they make life worth living. Dogs and cats too. I wish I wasn't allergic to cats or horses. I'm so allergic to horses too. But these little dogs are just that's a great mention.
and that also goes out for all of the other cat rescues, not specifically,
Yeah.
but like any
Yeah,
of the
it's feline. What's the one? I'll put a link up. I'll put a link in our description.
Yeah, and the Humane Society.
Yep, Humane Society.
The Humane Society of the United States and all the regional subdivisions and everything out there.
Yes,
and-
PCA.
Yeah,
There's a one I even
Thank you.
support in
Mhm.
Florida.
Yeah.
Paws in Prison or Paws to Prison. The prisoners actually work with dogs.
oh, that's
and
right.
Yeah.
It teaches prisoners who have never known anything but just violence and suffering. These guys, it reforms them. Raising dogs actually reforms these guys. They have the lowest recidivism rate in the entire state of Florida.
That is remarkable.
And of course, now you have to qualify to get into that program.
Well, of course,
because they're
they're-
not going to let some weird freak who's going to harm an animal near an animal. But for the people that qualify, they go through the psychological evaluations, and you can't be convicted of too many crimes. And you got to have a chance to get out of prison. But for a lot of guys that are maybe more on drugs and now they're off the drugs and stuff, yeah, dogs change their lives forever. And so hey, if you got a dog, got a pet, send us a picture or post a picture,
Yeah.
or give us a link to
Or a cat.
to who your sweet little fur baby is, and
Mhm.
and we'll do a shout out maybe to them. Yeah,
I was going to say,
Yeah.
they're amazing.
We had, speaking of episodes, you had several talking about pet therapy and pets, and you actually talked about prison pet therapy last year. That was one of the episodes.
that's right. I'll do some more research on it. That we can actually maybe do a full episode. Maybe
But certainly
bring
the-
like all kinds of dogs in here as guests and stuff, and show people as they just pee
I was going to say,
everything.
Yeah.
I'll bring my pet next time. here.
Yes. Yes.
Although I highly doubt he would sit still. So
Yeah, he would jump on my face and my eyes, blood.
wow,
Wow.
just like
Really, Eric. Nice.
Well,
Nice.
what do you want to see happen for this year as we maybe close out this episode? What do you want to
Ooh.
see happen?
let's do
what's
what we
something that's
did.
good?
What we did in one of our first episodes. Let's do a
Prediction?
not prediction, but let's do a New Year's resolution. Like what?
resolution.
You did do
Yeah.
that.
Okay. God, I fucking
Let's-
hate
let's-
those things.
Of course.
I
Really?
fucking hate resolutions. Damn
New
it.
Year's resolution. Why?
God, I hate those things.
Really?
Because they require you to be resolute. And I'm never
And
resolute.
then
Wow.
No, that's something interesting to think about. Like, I guess I need to. Oh man, I'm gonna follow some of my own advice. My New Year's resolution is to stop trying to control stuff as much as I preach it, as much as I follow the words of Lao Tzu and the Tao Te Ching and all this stuff, I still try to control stuff too much. Finances, my classes, student behavior.
We are not suggesting to spend a ton of money.
No. But
Never.
I've got to loosen up a little bit when it comes to certain things, and that's probably one where I'll work on it. I've done a good job this year transitioning into my new job, teaching. I do not plan going in to each class. I let it happen as the day happens. Then I think about the next lesson. I think about the standards. I think about what we want to do, but I also think about what drove the conversation, what was interesting and focused on the students, and then that guides the next class. And these are some of the best classes I've ever taught and listened and everything. Because I don't go in with a plan. What I do is I reflect.
So what are your expectations then? Give me like your top 3 expectations.
As a
No, it's just in terms of like the upcoming year. Not maybe expectations is like the wrong
So I
word.
expect to learn a lot in the comparative religion class.
Okay.
I'm going to be learning just as much as the students.
Okay.
Especially about I do not know about the Baha'i faith very much. I need to know more about the Islamic religion. I know the 5 pillars and I know the Muhammad and his story, but I don't know a lot of the other details. So that's going to be a deeper dive for me as well. And then I'm also going to be doing a class called Jam Band, and I need to get a drum set, electronic drum set, and I'm going to be working with young musicians, trying to help get them more accomplished. And so I've been playing around with the AI platforms and building my own music. Right now we're working on a kind of a cool album ourselves, a conceptual country album that she and I are working on, and we're trying to use AI in an ethical way to synthesize our lyrics, but with what we think is best. It's incredible. We're kind of at the forefront, like a lot of artists, of trying to build music that's us, but also algorithmic. It's very interesting to see what's happening.
Is that like transhumanism?
Oh God.
In a way?
Ugh. Maybe my resolution will be to never use that word ever again.
I know. Well,
Oh,
people
God.
were interested in that episode. People.
Well, I wonder if they know what it even is, because sometimes I wonder if people hear trans and they think it's like transsexual or something like that, and it's not. It's
No, because transhumanism is.
But anytime you hear the word trans, I wonder if there's a percentage of people, Americans, that think you're talking about transsexual.
No, I don't think. I
identity.
think no.
Because it was attached to AI.
Yeah,
too.
it was attached to AI.
No, it is. It
specifically.
is truly the idea of singularity. And
Yeah, singularity and
if you give Disney Plus, there's a program on there called Year 1 Million that talks all about this. This is the concept.
right.
I think it's narrated by Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh,
So that's my hope. Continue being as good of a learner as I can be a teacher or facilitator at my new job, which I'm so thankful and grateful to have this new position. Just to get to the end of my career as well, because I'm not too far behind this one. But I just can't wait. And we're actually starting to think. I listened to a bunch of early retiree podcasts, fire movement stuff, and so they're talking about how even a few years out, you need to start thinking about it. You need to start 2, 3, sometimes 4 years, maybe even 5 for a few people, but 2 and 3 for sure. You need to start laying the groundwork. Like,
yeah.
what are you going to do after your first career or second career or third or whatever career is
Watch paint
over?
dry.
And no, that's a pathway to go a quick death. What are you going to do? What are you planning on transitioning to stay connected, meaningful? Now that the finances are kind of planned for and taken care of, and you're following things like guardrail rules, and there's a thing called the 4% rule that you can follow in retirement. That's kind of like this old standard to what you can pull out of your accounts and stuff for individual retirement accounts and stuff. But but beyond the numbers, what are you going to do with your time? Now that
The sense of purpose.
now that you're both in the house full time, what are you doing? We love being with each other, but there's a lot of marriages where it's like they get divorced. But how to live together? We'd have to think about even like, do we need a big house in the suburbs anymore? Maybe not.
We're
Maybe
thinking we'll be snowbirds or something.
Downsize
Or just
or
like
something.
travel.
Yeah, traveling is going to be part of it. I've already begun transitioning from music, where I was a jazz drummer playing 250 jobs a year. It was insanity. Into kind of more of a DJ role where I kind of split time with DJs up to now like a country drummer where I'm gigging like 50 times a year tops. And I love that. That's perfect. 40, 50 times a year. I love that. I get to go play rock star. I get to go play country music star up on stage for a few weekends here and there. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, my dad got me into a spot in my early 20s where we were doing hundreds and hundreds of gigs every year. And it was just, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I was like 23. We just got married. And I think we did right about 250.
It was like
year.
every weekend.
I didn't even see her. We were married and I didn't see my wife because I was working full time and gigging. And so I knew I would have to do something else. So I started thinking about education. That's when I got into the education world and all these doors opened up. When people are like, why did you become a teacher? I usually say I didn't. The career literally chose me. There were all these doors that just kept opening. And I just followed the doorways. Like with religion, I just the gate was unlocked and I stepped through the gate. I stepped through the doorway and that's how I went into the next thing.
So, Admar, what are your New Year's resolutions?
I don't know if I have resolutions because I feel like Eric, I don't really do resolutions. Because I remember years and years and years ago, a teacher in Germany once said, resolutions are only as good as you who is willing to pursue them in a way. And it's like you're either going to do something or you're not. Whether you have a resolution or you don't doesn't matter, because the resolution is you have to come up with it every day. You have to make that decision of whether or not you're going to do something or you won't. Because I feel like far too many people make resolutions left and right and they just simply abandon them early on.
So people are doing it as we speak.
Yeah.
We're in the second week now, right?
And that's it.
First, second week of January, and people are done already.
That's it, exactly. But as far as the year is concerned, I'm all about low expectations.
Low expectations.
Just low expectations.
Which are like, I feel certain I can meet those.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? And that's the wonderful thing about low expectations. It's like anything and everything that's positive will certainly surpass that. So it's like I don't have anything.
I should come up with one for you, like, to enjoy at least 5 books. How about that? Like enjoy reading or audiobooking or whatever. At least 5 really high quality books of your choosing or recommendations.
I was going to say...
Read Dr. Eberhardt's Coming Text.
I was going to say, I will tell you one thing about... That's the wonderful thing about...
That's like reading 5.
It's basically, that one book is like 5.
Well, because of the low expectations, I'm not even going to put that on the docket. I'm not even going to, say, oh, I'm going to have five books. It's like, nah, I'm not even going to...
No.
Hey, listen, sometimes it is literally keep a damn roof over your head. That's it. And that's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Or just maintain a friendship. Or just, take care of that beauty. So just to be a good person, that's good enough.
I was going to say, when it really comes down to it, I feel like for the upcoming year, just low expectations across the board and just looking to have consistent, never-ending improvement.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just continue improving and leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. Stay employed and roof over the head and
hey, simple stuff.
And come here and
do
the Prime Directive.
That's it. That's it.
There you go. Liesl, how about for you?
Oh man, I was trying to think. Always maintaining the attitude that I have more than enough, and I think that's the greatest thing that you can, that's the greatest perspective to have is, always being aware, that self-awareness that you spoke of earlier, that perspective and self-awareness, always maintaining that perspective that I have more than I need, I have more than enough. And because as you enter retirement, I think one of the fears is, am I going to be worried about, having to have an income as with the pension or the Social Security or whatever you've got coming in. And I think just being comfortable that you're going to have enough, having that attitude is key.
And it is an attitude, isn't it?
It is an
It is an
attitude.
attitude.
So that's my goal, is to have that attitude starting now, starting 2 years before retirement, already starting to have that attitude adjustment and slowing the rat race a bit, slowing down, and enjoying the simpler things. When we went on vacation recently, I didn't want to be going all the time and doing things all the time. It was really like just doing really simple
We
things.
sat on the beach and
Yeah,
drank.
and just really not
With mango
feeling like I
margaritas.
had to get out and see everything, just
Yeah.
enjoying the
Wasn't
culture.
that lovely?
Yeah.
Like the biggest thing I did, we wandered down the street a little bit to a cafe
Hmm.
called
La Leche.
Leche.
Just a cup,
And they
yeah.
had just killer
And
coffee
matcha
down there. Just
bread.
killer.
Like instead
Matcha
of
bread and-
pumpkin bread or banana bread, it was matcha
This is in
bread.
Puerto Vallarta. and
Yeah,
stuff,
that
so-
was awesome.
And then just to get to go, and we went down to the Malecon, and we wandered around, and we're like, there's some areas you're like, ooh, okay.
We
this
won't
is a
be
little-
wandering
we're not
over
gonna
there.
walk- Oh my God, you don't talk about enough. Coming back here and just knowing how we live and just being
Mhm.
so spoiled like we are, that's your perspective shift. Is when you see how people suffer in other places like Mexico, where the wealth gap there is off the charts. It's bad here. It's really bad in America. It's getting bad. And it has to change or there'll be a goddamn revolution. You mark my words. But in South American countries and Mexico, it is like, it's like feudalism. It's like you give somebody a $20 tip and they're welling up in their eyes because that's like a month of like a job for them.
Well, our taxi driver we were talking with, and he was saying, he was telling us, I have a really good life. I'm really blessed. And he said, my wife and I live with her brother and his kids, and we have, like, basically it sounded like a condo.
Mhm.
And he said, and we have air conditioning and we have 2 bedrooms, and it's just like a few blocks from the water,
Mhm.
but they all live together. But
Do you
he
remember
was
what
just
how
talking
much
about,
he said they paid for it?
he just said it was just such, he said he felt so grateful.
He
And
said
they all live together.
it was 37,000.
Yeah.
37,000 American.
And but
And he was like, "We're so rich, I can't believe it."
well, he didn't say we were so rich. He just said so
He
blessed.
said he's blessed and
Yeah.
thankful, and he's happy.
Yeah.
Happy dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we
And,
have then I'm playing a card game with a couple of North Americans, Canadians in this case, who were just ugly to the dealer who was there, the Mexican person who was the dealer, and it wasn't even real money. It was imaginary, just chips, and you were just playing for for a certificate for a dinner at one of the restaurants there, which couldn't have been $50. And these people were just ugly, and I was just looking at them like, boomer.
You're like, the Americans are
And they were
supposed to be
Canadian, so I
ugly.
went, boomer, eh? I'm sorry if you're Canadian. I'm sorry. No, but I just, there's a great story.
There were some great Canadians there that
There
were
was some
actually so
fantastic,
fun.
Foreign Canadians.
So
actually,
fun.
too.
And were asking us, what's going on in America?
I told them, don't give up on America.
Yeah.
That America is a huge country of.
But they were flat out calling us out, and we were like, that's fair. That's fair.
No, it's
but
like, don't give up on us. Remember that the vast majority of us do not approve of the
Where
current
were
political
they from?
situation.
In Canada.
they were from Calgary.
Calgary.
They were Calgary.
And they were showing us the temperature on their phone, because it was really, pleasant in Puerto Vallarta, like 70s and 80s. and they were minus 23 or something.
No wonder the 88 Olympics happened in Calgary.
Yes,
that was
yeah,
crazy.
very cold. And they were showing like their camera, their door cam, and they're just covered in snow. You couldn't even get up their front
That's so
steps.
funny.
But that, yeah, so that would be one of mine. And then my other one would be to be positive, more positive. Because I don't get into like rage bait, but I definitely go down these rabbit holes of negativity very easily. I love to go on YouTube and start watching all my favorite,
I've had it.
like,
I've had
yes,
it.
I've had it, and
Yeah.
David Pacman, and
I can only do them for so long. They do my rage for me, and then I put it away.
well, I just love them because they're
Pumps and
funny.
Jennifer
I love their
hilarious,
names for
yeah.
people. I love how they call out the hypocrisy, and they speak for me. I feel like they speak for me
Yeah.
on many things, and they're fearless. They're fearless in calling. A lot of the people I love to watch are fearless in their platforms, on their platforms. Speaking truth to power, which I admire greatly, and is in this time that we're in. And it's so necessary. It is
Yeah.
so necessary that
Yeah.
those voices are out there.
That's right.
And
That's what this podcast
and
is
so, but there is a but, because I feel like what it does in me, it doesn't enrage me, but it does get me almost to a depressed state where I feel hopelessness,
too. Then it's time to stop.
and I have to stop
It's time to stop.
because I start to feel like, where does it end, and
But
how do
again-
we? I start to feel this us and them, and then how do we ever change it? How
But
do we
that's-
ever? And
And I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. But that's why what Admar was talking about is so important, of the perspective. And so I was showing Liesl last night this incredible guy that you're going to want to check out called Epic Spaceman. Perspective, we watched him create a video where he went inside of a phone. Of what it is if you were a nano
yeah,
person in a phone. It's the size of New York City. It's a city of the transistors and
the
electrons
I was
and
going to say
protons.
that's like
and
The
it's
processing chips.
processing chips. It's a city, and he's like, "This is what it would be like if you were in your phone."
So we get on other things like that, or we'll go watch Walk With Me, Tim, which he just goes to different resorts and talks about. He reviews different
Yeah.
hotels, and we're like, oh, that's so. What I love is he'll go to the best of the best and the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
So he'll go to some Dubai 7-star resort, and then he'll go to some piece of shit in downtown LA or on the Vegas Strip.
God.
And he'll be like, oh, God, that's incredibly upsetting. He's British, and he'll like be looking at the mattress, and he'll go, oh, my God. Like put the mattress thing back on.
Because it's got bed bugs.
Yeah, or just like staining.
Right. Yeah.
And, or he'll have like a black light, and he'll be shining it, and he'll go,
Oh goodness, oh not him.
and so that, so those are what we will do to divert our attention from things.
Epic Spaceman. Epic Spaceman.
And then we're just, those are my fun, or my true crime junkiness.
She loves the murders.
I love me some murder.
She loves the murders.
And I don't know why.
The
If I were
drugs.
to try to deconstruct that in my own psyche, it's like, what am I doing? Why? Because I'll sleep like a baby after watching, the most heinous thing, and I'll be like, that was nice, But I if I were to try to understand, maybe it's because it's like, well, it didn't happen to me. Thank God. I don't know.
that could very well be
Someone explain
the
it to me.
case.
True crime junkies out there, my peeps, tell me, why are we like this? Why?
It's entertaining. I mean, it's
No, I can't say that. I can't say it's entertaining.
Sure, Joe Kenda.
But-
I'm entertained every time he comes.
Well,
on.
he himself is, but perhaps the stories, it's that you're engaging with other human beings in their stories and their lives. And maybe it's that you feel that empathy for what they've been through, and you're with them on that.
Yeah, that could very well be the case.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
And in the Daily Stoic, Ryan Holiday, he talks a lot about the Roman emperors, because that's where Stoicism was operating out of, and just how, whatever the political climate is, wait 6 months, wait 6 days, wait sometimes 6 hours, it'll change to something else, and before you know it, that regime, it's
It's like
gone.
Colorado weather.
It's gone.
Wait 5 minutes.
Wait 5 minutes.
Oh, well,
And it's
Colorado
fine.
weather's just nothing but hot.
Yeah,
We're nothing but hot here.
Yeah.
it is. I love it.
We could have done this episode on our deck in our bathing suits for you today.
Nobody wants to see that.
I don't
No,
think you wanna
nobody
see
does
that
want to
either.
see that, but
Well,
we
I did
could
listen to it,
have.
But go listen more.
We could have.
Dogs, say goodbye.
She's growling and
Have a
tail wagging.
wonderful 2026. See you
As
guys.
we close the chapter, let us you're here. The Prime Directive's calling, so let's pass a beer. The Prime Directive, where the laughter's alive. Society's reflections, let's help each other thrive. Politics and culture, oh, what a